Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 273 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will tell you that this is the last trading day of the week, and the market across the globe is also open on a mixed note. But U.S. market, despite the different information that is driving the volatility, the market has opened in the green. I can see that the three major indices there, the Dow Jones, S&P and Nasdaq are in green. But I'll tell you that the Nasdaq has remained in green on the positive earnings that came from one of the big chips makers in the industry in that market that is leading because of impressive earnings that has supported them. But this morning we're seeing that others like Dow Jones and S&P are also in the green this morning, which is a good one. But if you look at Europe market is still very mixed at this hour. No, but the good thing is that investors and also in Asia also are seeing we're seeing a mixed market in that regard. Also, Africa is not left behind. We're seeing that Africa market is also mixed. Why NGX has bounced back from the negative terrain that it closed yesterday as a lot of profit taking. This morning we're seeing a increasing buying interest as players down here continue to digest and also analyze the outcome of MPC meeting where the MPR was hiked by another 50 basic point. At the same time, looking at the GDP figure that were released, despite there was a slowdown in growth, but there's some factors and also they are still considering because some industries and sectors saw expansion in them. And not forget that also in the same, just like a collusion or coincidence, let me put it a coincidence that also that same day that rate was high by 50 basic point, we saw that the TGB primary market option we saw a decline in rate or a need from the previous option to around 7.99 for 364 days, and also we saw 4.99 for the for 182 and 2.49 for what for the 91 days. You can see that there's a kind of some we have like the mixed trend that investors are trying to factor into their decision. Food this morning, you can see that most of them are also coming out to take position. Why those non-institutional investors, I believe they are the ones that bring really move volume. But that they are still analyzing. We have not seen them in the market. But also we'll see that at the end of yesterday trading, we saw also more notification of insider dealing in the share of UBA. It said that those players in the in that organization that are also there are still increasing their stake. And there's something stake for investors in that company because we are seeing the rate of insider dealings recently in most of the companies on the exchange. It tells you that the Q1 number we are seeing and the prospects of this company are becoming brighter. That is why we are seeing the managers, the MDs, all of them trying to hold the share because they are the ones taking decision on how to take that company to the next level. These are the things that will guide us on our investment down here, on NGX. But the good thing is that despite the debt ceiling issue that have kind of prolonged in US. OPEC also planning to cut output in their next meeting on the 4th or the 3rd of June. That is next week. All these things are also shaping the market around there in that environment. These are the things that I see that in the international market we are seeing mixed trend. Also, all eyes are still on UK retail sales. Data that looks a bit. Also, US debt ceiling, as I told you, has continued. For this debt talk in US, I believe that very soon there will be light at the end of the tunnel because I believe that both the Congress and the executive would not like to plug US economy into that and also the global economy because US is really run on what on deficit. That is why around the world they are the most exposed country in terms of debt. But see the things that are showing there, yeah, they are borrowing. You can see it there. But I believe that any failure to meet up, and also if the rating agents go ahead to downgrade the US economy, that also will not be too good. I believe that this will sort out that there will be handshake between the Congress and executive, and if that happens, we might see this sentiment turning positive. And again, I believe that investors should keep their eyes on the sectors and also an industry where see they are the ones supporting what the economic recovery in this economy. Those as well as are still on more data. Any moment from now, the potassium manager index of for Nigeria will also be out by next week. And these are the things we was inside to see how the economy has fared in the last 2 months of the quarter. We have seen the Q1 April MPR Positive Marginal Index MPI, and see how they perform. The sector has performed, or the public sector has performed. Then at the end also from Stanbic IBTC, we will also see the data to know. But I believe that as far as we are seeing cash coming back powerfully in the month of April, which also continue to circulate, I believe that businesses, despite the increasing headwinds and also economic concern, that companies will still also post a better number. And that is why investors that are kind of proactive or design investors are already taking position in some blue chip company that are value stock that has potential ahead of their Q2. But for this international market, like I always tell you, these activities of propose or plan to cut another articles come in their next meeting, OPEC meeting, and also the definitely talk that continue. And also, I told you, like UK, retail, retail sales data. All these are the things that are also shaping market in that Europe as we speak. Also, like I told you about Asia, we are seeing also that inflation figure also is what we're also looking at how the ECB will also be looking at it, knowing that Fed has really not given a clear direction whether they are going to stop rate hike and start normalizing, or trying to continue with their rate hike. These are not clear for investors. That's why all eyes are still on these regulators, especially the central banks of the world. But the quarterly earnings that are also coming are also becoming clearer where the economy is going. But I believe that most of the Q1 number will also closure will be this period, this month of this month of May for Q1. That means moment from month of July, Hawkeyes will look be on what on Q2 for those that has the 12th calendar as financial year. These are the things that investors are also looking at this point. But I believe that you also here, or these are also what's going to kind of shape your decision as investors also look at how they can protect their capital and at the same time take advantage of the market oscillation. The pullback also in the market yesterday, I will tell you that as a result of what profit taking in those high cap stock. At the end of the day, we saw a flat market breadth, 22 losers and 22 gainers. But this morning we are seeing that sellers are fewer in the market, while we're having more buyers ahead of Monday inauguration. I believe that this pro market or the distribution of incoming government has also boosted investors' confidence or expectation that this government will give a clear direction where the economy will be going from now. And that also, when you get the economy right, capital market is bound to benefit from there. So you can't separate the economy from the capital market. A capital market remains a leading indicator where the economy is going. I think that these are the things that are also driving this confidence we are seeing in the market. But if you look at the oil, the oil space now, the crude oil price, we saw also a decline again, or what we call a pullback, in crude oil price as fear of one. I will tell you that this cost, the OPEC cost, nobody know how it's going to go. And at the same time, the debt talk that's continuing in US, and also the missed kind of data or shaking or weak recovery in China, being the most largest consumer of crude. These are the things that also that is driving crude oil price. But the pullback crude oil price for me is good. But like I told you earlier yesterday, that the central banks of the world would like crude oil price to continue to come down so that inflation will be tamed. But if we go back again, it's going to be a problem. But if we want to see a stable crude oil price below $80, that will also help the central bank to manage inflation, and that we can now go back to either normalization or start cutting rate, so that the economy will break out. Because this rate hike has kind of squeezed or contracted many economy. But when we see going back to rate cut or normalization, we might start seeing the economy of many nations breathing out again, and that also support our investment as traders or investors. Because once the economy is doing well, we see more purchasing power, consumer confidence, rekindling. That also support the bottom line of the companies. But down here in Nigeria, I'll tell you that the companies numbers I've seen so far have shown that our companies here are well managed despite the economic challenges here. Even when we had the cash crunch issue, we're able to see good results. It tells you that's why I tell you all eyes, both institutional investors are still likely on the Q2 number. That is the first half of the year performance, that they can easily project where the second half will be when the incoming government start rolling out their plans and also their program for their work for their 4 years in office. We believe that this is also going to give a clear direction for where the market is going. And I like to tell people that don't be carried away with upside market. And what we saw yesterday, for me, I am not surprised, because for a design investor or trader, you should know the right time to take profit from your portfolio, so that you will be able to take advantage of that up rally, because market will not remain in up direction, but market remain in that direction. And with that trade charts, you know the implication of when you see a double top at any time, the signal is sent to send signal. That is why after breaking out the last on the previous day, on the second day we saw that the volume that breakout was high, but the one that brought it down was low. And also you can see that it was not too much, but the marginal 0.2. But we're seeing this morning that market is trying to break out again. That will be good for the market, as we speak, and that will give investors a lot of relief this morning, because we are seeing the market trying to rebound up again, almost gaining what it lost yesterday. That means we might likely see the uptrend continue, and that's how to really watch your chart, so that it will give information. And if you look at that yesterday market pullback, even the money flow was still flat around 82.77 against 82.99. Despite the market pullback, I see that liquidity was still flat in the market. Tells that there's something investors are looking at. I'm also seeing the high cap stock trying to regain this morning. We saw the life of Gerigu and others trying to be on the gainer side this morning. This also, and these are the stories also that lost yesterday. Again, you can see that the market is also balancing itself. But I'll tell you that the expectation on the market is high, the optimism about the government is high. I pray that it will not disappoint us as investors. But I'll tell you, all eyes on that. This government will bring down policies that will run the economy, that will support the economy recovery, and also take Nigeria to another level economically, also security wise. So let's keep our hands across as investors. I'll tell you, the market across the globe this morning is doing better than what we saw yesterday, and which is a good move at this hour of the day trading. Yes, before we go further, I want to quickly look at the result that hit the market yesterday again, and this from Conway. I told you yesterday that Conway Q1 number was impressive. We can also look at it this morning, and also some more AGM notification, and also the resolution that was reached from different AGM that was held during the week. For me, it's a good one to give investor an insight. We also saw that payment date for many companies were this same week, and that also supported liquidity in the market. These are the things I believe that continue to keep the market until the month of May. We might see a little also mistrend or slow down in June. But I'll tell you that June, toward the end of June, might also see positioning for end of the quarter, and at the same time position for a new quarter, and also the second half of the year, where the incoming government have taken full charge from May 29. Then will start reading their policy statement and the direction where they are going. For me, there is no cause for alarm in the market at all. Let's keep our eyes on fundamental science stock. Yes, all the Coco stocks that are moving up now, they are looking good, but you have to trade with them with caution. That is the only way you can also protect your capital and also make money. Don't be greedy. Set your goal. Like other people that you can't play this market without goal. Trade your plans and have a plan before you start. That your plan include having your buy range, your stop loss, your profit target, and your exit strategy. These are always in your plan, so that you know exactly what to do. Even when others are doing otherwise, your goals, your plans will always guide you to do the right thing at the right time. Yes, for the number that came from before we go to the live market, that came from Konoye, the Q1 Konoye look very good, but also there's a concern along the line with this number. But looking at it, the way it look good, but there are some things that we need to consider, because these are very, very important and genuine for investors. If a company top line is above 20%, for me it's a good one. Like you can see here that the revenue for the Q1, that means the first 3 months of 2023, we saw their revenue move from 26.15 billion to 34.97 billion, with about 34% up in the green. Kudos, fine, we agree. This translates to about 3.01 billion against 557.28 million posted in 2022. You can see that the company have really improved in terms of their bottom line. We have seen that it moved from 557.28 to 3.01 billion. That's about 440, above 400% on up in the green, which is good. But in all, consider that this also translates to a good earning per share of 4 naira 34 kobo against 80 kobo posted what in 2022. This also can support a higher payout at the end of the day, and we're not surprised that you've seen the price rebounding today already because of what this Q1, and also despite that their dividend payout was not too encouraging, 25, 250 kobo and 250 kobo as the previous year, 2021 and 2022. But on the strength of this number, investors can start looking at, oh, this company can pay anything above 35, 3 naira 50 kobo or 3 naira at the end of this current financial year, if this trend is sustained. But only that the company corporate governance is what people are concerned. When they read the results, for you to plan with this is a problem. Just like the way perception of Presco is being affected with this delay that the company. Last year, they told us that because they want to factor in the acquisition of their new company in Port Harcourt, and they can't tell us they are still or they've acquired another one, and it's taking them time. We have not seen their first quarter performance. We have not seen full year. This kind of companies, they keep their investors in the dark, and that is not too good. And it's also able to show that the corporate governance of these companies are also to be questioned. For me, these are the things to look at. But if you look at the profit margin of Connery, you can say that it stood at 8.61 for 2022, 2023, sorry, against 2.14, which is an improvement, but I'll tell you that it's still low. It does mean that the cost of running the company is high, because that means in every 1 naira they made in their what in their in their in their in their top line, which is revenue, but just 8 kobo, 8 kobo, just not 80 kobo, just 8 kobo out of that 1 naira is retained as what as a profit. That means cost has eaten into it a lot. For me, you need to also rethink. And if you look at the operating cash flow for Q3, that means the first quarter of the year, operating cash flow also is still negative, and of 4.83 billion against the full year 4 point something positive. You can see that negative also. If you remember that this negative cash flow is not too good. As I said that we should watch it so that we can see if we continue. That will also tell you something that we have to be very concerned about. But let's watch and see again the second quarter number to see if this negative cash flow, operating cash flow will continue. Then we'll now know exactly what to tell you and also what to do with this kind of investment, because I'll tell you they are not prudent in managing their costs. That is why that showed in profit margin already. On this note, we have to also be very careful, investing in such companies. Even when we are looking at dividend income, also you need to consider what your capital capital appreciation and how you can go work with it together. These are the things that we should consider at this point. But now I want to go back to the market to see what is happening in the market live. It is very, very important that this is a live class, a live session. We need to look at what is happening in the market so that it will guide us to arrive at a good decision. Yes, as we speak now, the market is also back, even back above what it closed the previous day. Market is doing now 52,960.71, up by market is up by 139.11 basic point, and I think that market is up by 0.27. For me, it's a good one, a good start. And if you look at market bread is very positive. But I see almost 19 gainers against just 6 losers at this moment. For me, it's a good way to say that the last trading day of the week is also in green, and these are a day ahead of what ahead of the inauguration on Monday, and this is the last trading day of the week, and market is still doing this. Tells that something is it's something happened somewhere. Investors' expectation, and also it's been factored into this all this, and also as the Q1 number has surpassed even the inflation figure that we saw recently, 22.22. Most of the earnings growth of many companies are booked that. That's a signal that these companies are ready, if they continue like this, to surpass the inflation at the end of the year, and investors will get good value for their work, for their good value for their work, for their investment. And for me, the top 5 losers, let's look at it. Now saying that the market is still very strong this morning, buying momentum in the market. We'll come and look at our chart. As we speak now, I'll tell you that the top 5 losers as we speak now is Sovereign Trust Insurance. They did the pack, followed by Tantalizer. Tantalizer. Also, we can see the life of Mutual Benefit and Chi Limited, which is a consolidated hallmark insurance. And also, we can see the life of Arrow to Briscoe. And these are on the loser chart, the top 5 losers of speak. But if you look at the on the other corner, on the other hand of the of the chart, right, you can see that Conway have rebounded this morning, come back to up by 10% to 47 naira 96 kobo. Good one. You can see FCN Kuku. This stock have rallied for almost like 4 days now. You can see also the stock sustain that momentum. You can see also Japan, appearing at the top gainers almost 9.1%. While Peak Insurance also in that category 8.9, and you can see Unilever also rebounding from the yesterday profit taking. You can see these are the top 5 gainers as we speak. I told you have 19 gainers against 6 losers at this hour. Now looking at the active stats in terms of the active most active stocks in terms of volume, the GT code, we did that back, back to 27 and 20 kobo, and we have traded 29.5 million shares at this hour, followed by Zenith Bank 26.5 million shares. You can equally see UB also up by 25 also 25.7 million shares traded, and the assets is doing 19.7 million shares, and Royal Exchange also doing 15.1 million shares. You can see that the banking or the financial institutions are the one dominating the active charge. But that investors are taking advantage of this sector to position their portfolio, even as the rate hike of 50 basis points will affect the economy. The banks will be benefiting from it, and also these are why investors are already taking advantage, especially as most of the banks are into three dividend payment, which is around the corner already. If we cross over to the month of the last month of the quarter, all eyes will be on what on interim dividend and all that from this sector, knowing that if the bank has the policy of interim dividend more than every other sector in the market. This is a good way not to end the week. I mean, the week at the end of the day is closing positive if this trend is sustained till the end of the day. Yes, we are back to the chart to see what is happening in our chart now. If you look at the chart again, you can see that the market is on also on another consolidation move now. You can see the market trying to consolidate here. See markets are trending. We saw the pullback yesterday. Now this morning we're seeing the market, and that means we're seeing like a seesaw movement. Yesterday market was down. It was up the previous day, down yesterday. This morning market is up again. For me, it's a good one for investors to understand where the market is going. Once market is able to break out this this 53,000 mark, now you can see that the market has been kind of trending again on 2,900 and 1,684. But all this level, once this market break out this level up, that confirm another trend. But I'm happy that market is also doing what we call, despite it's doing a lower highs. But like yesterday I told you, market also on kind of a mini, or how will I put it now, and on a like a bullish channel. If you draw like I drew yesterday here and here, but the good thing is that market has also attempted to form another double top here. You can see one here, you can see one here again, and function of this double top is a safe position. But let's keep our eyes that market tried to pull back yesterday, rebounding. Market forces or sentiment are the one that will support this market out of for this level to a higher northern movement in the up direction. Let's keep our finger crossed for the market, but let's call all our necessary indicators to tell us what is happening. We need to look at what's our MACD saying. MACD, yes, that's why it's a lag indicator. It has also information to give us when it comes to looking at the chart. Look at what is happening, money flow, and also call our T line, in question. And for us to look at this chart, we need all these numbers to put it together and look at the indicators. If you look at indicators here, you can see it here that even when market tries to pull back, it is still trading above the T line. It is very, very important. And MACD is bullish. MACD is bullish as we speak. You need to see that MACD is bullish. You can see the market now above the T line. But by this, for me, it's a good one. See that cross distance here, good one for the market. And they were seeing that MACD is becoming bullish. If you look at the histogram that is here now, you can see the market is turning up now for pressure, and that's the market is strong. And if you look at money flow still above 80 to read 81.96 as to speak now, which is good for me that MACD is positive and the money flow remain above 80. It says that liquidity in the market is still strong, and we'll see more dividend coming in to provide liquidity, and also as to solve the decline in treasury bill market. That's also inform more position in the equity market. But because the yield outlook or interest rate outlook for the fixed market is not clear, this oscillation was seen that the market will continue. And anytime, any day, because these companies on the exchange are performing, it's going to be attraction for investors to move this way. And that is what I expect that will support the market at the end of the day. There's no cause for alarm at all. Let's also look at other time frame of the market to see what is this is a daily time frame. I just look at. Let's look at the 1 hour chart for the market. On 1 hour of the market is still flat on the above the T line, but market is already giving us sign that the market is turning on the downside. While money flow is flat above 50 to read at 64. These are good things. But quickly one, like I will not do that. I will not finish here without looking at 15-minute chart to tell us. On 15-minute chart again, the general market is very strong. Good one can see the last 15 minutes market has can see the last 15 minutes market has caught the T line. This shows that market is strong today. You can see the last 15 minutes how the chart is candlestick you are seeing here as they remain in the up direction. For me, this is a good thing for the market. And also MACD already telling us that the market is about also to become bullish on the 15-minute chart. You can see it here. Money flow is almost around the 62. For me, this is a good one for the market. I will tell you, this is very interesting. I love it this way because it tells you that the market is not doing badly at all. At all. No, despite profit taking activities here and there. If you look at what is happening in Unilever have rebounded from where it was yesterday on the seller side. Let's see if this trend will be sustained in Unilever so that investors will know what to do with this investment in this company. Unilever's position, let's look at it. Unilever on the 15-minute chart is not looking too good. You can see it here that it's still looking not too good, but the money flow shows that it's still strong, but MACD and also the candlestick telling us that it's not looking too good. Sell pressures are still there, but this one was seeing a rebound in that stock. Let's look at the 1 hour chart of Unilever. 1 hour chart also is telling us also there's a mixed trend here. Profit taking is still there, but a day chart will give us a clear direction of what is happening in the stock. A day chart are showing that the stock are rebounded, but you can see that there's also an uptrend here. We're seeing a pullback yesterday. This morning, even if it has not covered what a pullback, has not recovered it, but there's little sign that the money is just entering the stock now. Fund entered the stock this morning. Because MFI is looking up, the money flow index looking up to around 48. And once it cross 50, tells that liquidity in the market is strong. I can see that we need to keep our eyes on Unilever for those that are thinking medium and long. Let's quickly also look at the share of all those we're looking at those on the beginner start. Let's quickly look at the Wapik Insurance. What are we seeing in Wapik Insurance now as investors? What are we seeing in this company? Is it the right time to buy Wapik Insurance? You need to ask yourself. This is the correlation insurance. Wapik on the day chart, you can see a strong move here. That trend, you can see little gap up this morning from what we saw yesterday. You can see that trend for me is a good one for the stock. And on a day chart, that's what we're looking at now. And MACD is bullish. You can see that it has turned to bullish. The bullish signal is up. And money flow is between 74. This is good for the stock. I can see that it remains above the T line, but pull back, come back again above the T line. And these are why you should keep your eyes here. It does not move with a straight left 4 days or 3 days up. When it comes up, comes down, you can see the trend all here. But I believe that once information there is clear, and also the earnings that's also improving in that industry as a result of 200% increase in the premium for that sector, from the regulators and all. We believe that it's going to impact the insurance sector positively as we go to the future. Another story that investors should be concerned is that this FTN Cocoa, if you are in it, is it the time for it to take profit? We quickly look at FTN Cocoa, so that we arrive of what investors should be doing in this company. Is it the time for them to start jumping out? You can see from here, not only for many days, you can see the gap up here. The stock are moving as low as 30 kobo. You can see all the way it has been doing before this breakout. You can see that phone is entering the stock. This is the right time for you to take profit. Quickly look at what our 15-minute chart to see whether there is sign of profit taking in this stock already. Look at 15-minute chart, there is already sign of profit taking. I can see it here on the MACD. You know, also we have to be very careful. MACD is showing us sign already for that profit taking. That means if you are there, don't be hooked in that regard, because the volume that is taking this stock up now has finally team out, and that when I see the surprise volume that will bring a selling volume, for me, it is time for you to start taking your profit from the rally we have seen so far from this. So let's look at 1 hour chart again. 1 hour chart also is telling us fine, and money flow on the stock for 1 hour chart tells that liquidity in this stock is already getting out of hand. I think that is low. That means might not see a higher push on the stock, but MACD is still very strong on 1 hour. But the day chart finally confirmed with you. You can see what the day chart has done. For me, it's still below. I've seen that below the average traded volume as at yesterday and today. You can see that when the volume are taking the stock up to this level, and we're not seeing volume again, you might surprised to see a step volume that will be reached. For me, you need to start thinking how to do with this position right away, because investors should know exactly what to do in this regard. Because of our time, we quickly look at what happened in Access at the last one. Is Access is still a buy now, or should we start jumping out of Access up, or we should start accumulating more at this point? Is what we should be looking at. Let's look at Access finally. As Access in the last yesterday, we saw Access going down. This morning was Access going to make around 11:20. That means we need to watch very well as we try to do this uptrend. And also market have confirmed positive trend that crossed the red line up, but money flow is looking down. That means this uptrend we're seeing in Access Bank might not be sustained for a long time, and profit taking will still come. But let's look at 15-minute chart to see what is happening after before we can now conclude. 15-minute chart for the last for me it's not strong. Nothing negative has confirmed here. I think it's still very strong, and the MACD is still positive. Money flow is still high, but you need to watch to see if you want to take profit or want to accumulate more of assets. On this note, I'll say thank you and look forward to see you tomorrow, hopefully on the afternoon class. Enjoy the rest of your trading days. For today, we say bye.